Hello friends, it's Courtney. Welcome back to Poppy and Gray. And if you are new here, then thanks for stopping by. I haven't done one of these in a really long time, which is a planner flip through and plot twist. The most forecasted plot twist ever. I am in a new planner. So I thought that today I would flip through it and let you guys see what I have going on and kind of catch up with you. So let's get started. So I am in a personal ring planner. This is a Foxy Fix spice. I think it's the chili spice. I don't think that they sell it anymore. I'm not really sure what's going on with Foxy Fix. I will try to remember to link my other setups from last year in the card on the screen. So it's got gold embossing on the front and on the spine, in case you've never seen it. And then we'll just get started. You know, in my last video, I talked a little bit about what I was going through. I lost my mom in January, and things have just been kind of in flux in a lot of ways. And I think that towards the middle of February, I was not using my astrology really in any capacity. I think I just got overwhelmed with everything having to be laid out and to sort of having to find space to fit things that I needed to fit and like index them and all of that. And I was really like overwhelmed in a lot of ways. And so I think that like when I need to have clarity and efficiency, I think rings works best for my brain. I have learned over the course of my years of planning that I am definitely much more of a documenter and like a lister than like a planner. And I can really do that anywhere, but I really need things like broken down. And to me, having sections in this planner is like telling my brain, okay, this is what we need to do next, instead of me just being so, I don't know, like ideas and thoughts and all that. Like I'm not a linear thinker and I don't process information in linear ways a lot of the time. But I think right now I'm still, sort of in the thick of grief. And now we have this whole pandemic that's happening. And I just want to say, before we go any further, I beg of you, if you're not, to please take this seriously. Please protect yourselves and your families. Do what health officials are asking us to do, which is social distancing. That does not mean, play dates and hanging out with friends. It's not a snow date. It really means cutting contact down to doing essential things, like going to the grocery store or picking up meds or something like that. It's not randomly shopping at Michael's because you're bored and you want new planner stuff. And I don't know. I want all of us to come on the other side of this still healthy and alive. And I'm really scared. So that's my spiel about that. So if you've never seen one of these planners, they have like these crisscross pockets. I don't decorate pockets very much. It just makes me really anxious. I have my son's school picture up here. This was a Fox and Pip. I think it was like on her Instagram, and I just like or she said that you could print it out. So this is like the flow chart for the getting things done method. And then I just have some of that like laser cut doily paper from Michael's. This is a vellum from Michael's. This like hollow cardstock also from Michael's. And I just have some sticky notes up front. This is my key for my pages. And then I am color coding on my monthly, just because the boxes aren't that big. And then this is kind of, I'm making a list of like the best way to kind of attack my planner every day, what I need to check, where I should go first, that sort of thing. These inserts they're a freebie in the SM Plans Facebook group. I can't remember what they're called though. Stuff I'm going to add to my planner. And then I started doing like a project list at the beginning of the month, basically like my goals and projects, especially for quarter one. And now we're about to move into quarter two, have basically just all been shot to hell. I really have just been like in survival mode. But there were some things I wanted to get done this month, one of which, the major one, was to plan Rowan's birthday party. He turns 6 next week, and as it turns out, we don't even get to have a party for him, so we're all a little bit sad for that. This is an inbox list. This is also, I believe it was a freebie. It is from SM Plans. I think this was a freebie as well. And I just jot down quick things that need to be processed and put somewhere else. And then once they're done, I will just mark through them with my mild liner. And then I just have some of her fall notes pages, which are really, really beautiful. I'm almost afraid to write on them, which is ridiculous. And these are also from SM Plans. So that's like my front section, like inbox and general notes. And then my next section, I have it as schedule. So I have my monthly calendar. My monthly calendar is really where all of the planning happens. I make appointments on my monthly calendar. I cross out appointments on my monthly calendar. So if it has a date, if it's an appointment, it goes in immediately. If it's a task that's date specific, it will generally go on my monthly calendar. And so I have started color coding. Like the pink is my stuff. The blue is stuff for Rowan. The yellow is for my husband. And then the purple is like family stuff where we will all be there. And yeah, like this week of the 16th, we were technically on spring break, but that was the week that our governor ordered all of the Ohio schools closed for 3 weeks, so we were already out that week anyway. So, but at this point it's looking like the kids may not get to go back to school. So these are what my monthly looks like. I just add, these were stickers from a Happy Planner sticker book. These inserts are from Letters from Sierra, and I just like the font and sort of the simplicity of them. And then I just have this sheet, which is one of the notes pages, the fall floral notes from SM Plans. And this goes into my weekly. I've been experimenting with 2 different weekly layouts. This first one is, I think it's from Simple and Trendy Co. I will try to remember to leave all of the inserts linked down below. But it's a week on one page, and then you have like a tracker, which I use as a task list, and then just some grid. So it was really enough. Like, we don't really have and hadn't had a ton of stuff going on. I was feeling, after not using stickers for a while, really feeling the pull to kind of dive into my stickers again. I was using this like I was using the Alistair method in my Stayology. So essentially everything that I want to do would go on this side, and then I just assign it a day and go like that. And then these were like sort of my priority things that needed to get done. You can see not all of them got done. And then just like appointments and stuff over here. And I do really like these. I will probably like toggle back and forth between the two. And then this is the one that I used this week. These are also from Simple and Trendy Co. So let me see if I can show you a blank one. So they're a week on 4 pages, I think. So this is your first page. So you get this like weekly overview. You get a space for the month and you get a tracker. And then your days are like half page. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Just because I didn't have a lot of room in these to write. So this is how I used it for this week. I used the weekly, can you see? I used the weekly as sort of the chores that I wanted to get done on the days. I didn't use any of the tracker calendar section. I just put a sticker over it. And then I just went back in like to the days. So just writing little notes. I started writing a little bit more because now I'm using my standard Stayology as my journal. So I will sometimes jot down little things here that I want to remember to journal about later. And so I like the way that this turned out. So, and then what I've been doing, or what I decided to do this week, and I'll let you know how it goes, is I just took a piece of regular grid paper to do my weekly review. And you can see, I mean, it's Sunday, so I should be doing it anyway, but throughout the week, I have just sort of made some notes on things that I need to add to these pages next week, or things that need to be done next week that I need to remember about. And then when I flip the page, I am just going to use this, you know, much in the same way that I used this. So probably like most important things to do or to remember, maybe a quick little to buy list as we, you know, are now either ordering our groceries in or only going to the store once a week to cut down, you know, on a risk to exposure. So there are some things that kind of come up that I want to add. I'm doing things that I want to make sure that I add to the Amazon cart. We're trying to limit our Amazon purchases if they're not really, you know, essentials, and just do like one order every couple of weeks for non-essential things. And then I will probably use this task list in the same way. So those are my two weeklies that I'm using, and then these are just some grid pages. I do also have, I haven't really found a daily page that I like. These are from Printable Kate. I don't know. I think that I have some from Peanuts Planner Co. that I may print out if I need them, but I don't really know that I need daily pages right now because there's not a lot of plans going on. And then my next section is personal. So I have like my self-care section. These are from Justinia Printables, and I really like these. I haven't figured out the best way to use them. Let me show you a blank one. So you get like habits for your morning, afternoon, evening, and bedtime. You get some self-care habits. You can track meals here, and then reflection on the week. I like, for this, she has like a weekly bar down here. I was using it to track steps, but I'm not like walking very much right now since we're in the house. If you were, I was thinking like if you were like charting for like the purposes of trying to get pregnant or not trying to get pregnant, and you do your temperatures, you could put your temperatures in here. at night. You could also use this as a mood, but I track my moods in my Hobonichi weeks. So what I've been doing is I have like my habits for the morning. I don't really have any in the afternoon, so this may change next week as like I'm trying to put together a loose schedule for my son. And then like evening habits and like bedtime habits. Then the things that I want to do for self-care. So I've been journaling more, I've been reading more. I want to keep up on my skincare and exercise, which you can see I didn't do at all last week. And then these three things, she had them for meals. I'm tracking like the levels of my anxiety, depression, and how tired I am. So anxiety and depression are on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being not that anxious or depressed, and 10 being like I'm kind of spiraling. And then fatigue is 1 to 5. So 1 is like no energy, and 5 is like all the energy in the world. And then I will just usually write a little note about how I am feeling for the overall week. This self-care inserts also comes with, and one of the reasons I was really wanting to get it, it comes with therapy notes. I am back in therapy and it is very, very intense right now. So this is what the therapy note pages looks like. You can date it. You can kind of, you have a space to reflect on your session. And then like if you and your therapist have set up some goals to work towards, you can write them down there. Sometimes I will reflect and then like make a note of something that came up in the reflection that maybe I want to talk to her about in our next appointment. And then she also has a line a day. So just a quick little note about the day. I usually try to keep it relatively like positive, especially right now, but we'll see how it goes. Then this section is, I put fitness. I have, but I have not printed out a fitness log from Peanuts Planner Co. That needs to go in here. And then in this must-do section, I have just a habit tracker. These are Annie Plans printables. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep doing them because it seems a little bit redundant. So I may switch this section out. So it just has like my morning routine, the things that I want to do daily around the house, the zones, which these aren't filled in because I've been in the process of like figuring out like my zones and what I want to do with them. And once I have that figured out, but stuff has been getting clean. I just haven't been doing it. Workout, nothing. And then this is just to remind me to go back through my planner and like fill out my health tracker, fill out my mood log in my weeks. You know, did I journal? Did I fill out my self-care log? And then at the end of every day, I want to make sure that I do my planner routine. Then this next section, this is a photo of my husband and our little boy is our home section. Another photo of Rowan. This is another piece of that paper from SM Plans. And so this is kind of where I've been ironing out like what I want to do. These are the chores that I want to do every day. And then this is sort of the zone cleaning. I got these from Simple and Trendy Co. So I'm just kind of figuring out what I want to do in that. And then I'm also going to put meal planning in here. I don't have official inserts. I think I might get the ones from Paper and Cats because that's what I had been using in my TN. But for now, I'm just using graph paper and these freebies from Peanuts Planner Co. And then this is also a picture of my son, and it is over the kids insert from Annie Plans Printable. It just looks like that for doctor's visits and times. I added just some grids so that I could write down, like if he, Rowan is on the autism spectrum, and sometimes, I mean, he sees like, his regular pediatrician, but we also see developmental pediatricians, and we go to speech therapy and physical therapy and occupational therapy. And so sometimes there are things about his behavior that I may have a question about, or, take notes during our appointment about things that I need to work on with him at home. And I just want to have them like all in the same section. And then, oh, this is Girl Boss, whatever. I couldn't find another tab. So I had meant for this to be my like content stuff for YouTube and Instagram, and it just, I'm so bummed because I had really was anxious to kind of dive back in at the start of the year, and 2020 has been rough. So these are from Annie Plans. They're just a month on one page, which is fine. And then I just kind of pop grid paper in if I need to take notes or anything. And then I have these content planner inserts from Peanuts Planner Co. if I'm trying to like plan out a series or something. And then this was like my project section. So you can see project birthday party, not completed. We're kind of in the process of refreshing our family room. And these are the freebies from SM Plans as well. These that I'm using for project, I don't know if you can see them there. So they're blank at the top, and then they have lines, and there's, I think you get all three, lines, grid, and dot grid, and it's like I think it's the mind mapping insert, but I will try to link it below. And then this is just lists and notes, wish list, note paper. I have this little, it's not technically a pocket, but it was a B6 dashboard that I just cut and punched in here in case I need it. And then I just used some laminate to act as like a page lifter. And then, yeah, I just have a picture of my son and some stamps and a business card. And then this does have a back pocket, which I really like. So I've just got some papers in there and some stickers that I like to use. But that is it. That is my, I don't know about you, but I feel like everything feels so like overwhelming, and there's not a lot that I personally can do to have control over any of it. And so I actually do, even though there's not a lot to plan, I find myself gravitating to my planner more. So I may be putting up some more frequent planner content if that's okay with y'all. So yeah, this is my setup for now. Sorry about my voice. It's not great. But let me know down in the comments below. Let me know how you're feeling. I hope you all are well, both physically and emotionally, and I will see you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.